Wrestling fans joining me at this time. He is the king of the Landmark Arena, and he is also Mr. ShinDig. I'm going to tell you what all that means here in just a second. He is the person who is going to beat up and beat your favorite professional wrestler, Jacob
That's
Ashworth.
correct.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you having me on here tonight.
It has been a long time coming. Truth be told, I will throw my hand up at that. I look back at previous messages where we have went back and forth, either at shows or on here, and apparently at one time we were going to have you on about this time last year, and then for some reason we both just completely forgot and went and did something else, and it just we never reconnected back on it. So I'll take the
Busy
L on that
schedule.
one. Yeah. Yeah, because you are at all kinds of different places. Obviously, Premier All Star that we're going to talk about here in a minute. I first saw you at Bullpen, that no longer exists. I think it'll come back, but that's a different thing. Um, you're going to be at NAWA coming up soon. That hasn't been announced. Just know that you're going to see him there at that point. Squared Circle Action, Southern Fried, Wrestle America, Crappy Championship, and starting to moonlight a little bit at PCW. Did we hit everybody with that?
That sounds about right. If I'm missing anybody, I apologize. Also, um, I can't think of the promotion name off the top of my head. Billy Buck has a promotion
Yeah.
in South Carolina. I go and do that
Y-
show as well.
Yep. Shout out to Billy Buck because I don't have that in front of me and cannot remember it either. But you really get around. And like we said there, this a lot of people are like, oh, his new attitude is that. I was like, no, I think he just you got to a point where it's more prosperous to beat up everybody's so-called favorite than it is to worry about what the fans think.
You got that right. Most definitely. You go in there and you beat up someone's favorite wrestlers, they're going to remember that more than going out there and having some kind of match with their favorite wrestler. If you go out there and instead of being their favorite, you beat them up, you get remembered more than you are than the favorites.
Yep, absolutely. We just had the World Cup here in America, and there are a lot more villains in the world thanks to that. If somebody's favorite team got beat and the other team did not forget it, so that's just how that works. But
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and you know what? I'm going to show that graphic if I can get that to pop up. This is something, ladies and gentlemen, that probably has not been posted yet, but I have it on good authority that I can. Georgia Wrestling History made a tag team list, and hopefully everybody can see the same list we are looking at here. And the reason why I showed it to you earlier, and I'm showing it again, is when you go to right there at the Wonder Boys, tied for 13th. Um, we got the Sons of the Wildside, which are you and Xander Seabolt. Uh, First off, what is your reaction to being on the list and where you are? And what's it been like for you and Xander to be tearing up the local South area?
Uh, I feel pretty honored and privileged to be on that list. There's a lot of great tag teams on there, a lot of great names, a lot of hard hitting, and a lot of very, very talented tag teams. But for us to be a fresh team and a new team to come together and make it on there and tied with the Wonder Boys, which is a great, great tag team out there, it's pretty good. I see all the names and I see that Seabolt's made it on there twice, as a matter of fact. And
Did.
the Sons of the Wild Side, we all kind of come together because we are the Sons of the Wild Side. We come after Wild Side was over, but we watched from Wild Side, if you get it, and to be able to come together, make our team name as the Wild Side, and we're climbing the ranks. If you keep this time next year, we should be up there number one and number two.
It's very, very possible to see that. And of course, the great, I mean, without pumping his ego up any more than it is, because I actually did meet him recently, and he was a nice guy. At least he was at least nice to me. But then again, I'm not going against one of the people he manages. John Johnson being the manager that a lot of times companies you to the ring. What has he meant to your career and having him out there with you?
Well, I'll tell you what, having John the Body Johnson out there with me is the manager of champions, the manager of all managers. He's helped me with my focus and focusing on other things than what I normally would. The future, the distance. That's because of him. It helped me become two-time Southern Fried Heavyweight Champion because of John Johnson. And I have to give him all the credit in the world. He is my councilman. He is the one that I go to now for I have questions, I need help. He's there for me. And if he can't get it, he damn sure gets it done for me.
Absolutely, and I can attest to all that. Anybody that talks about him says that he's not just somebody who walks to the ring. He's not. He's whatever he needs to be, and I think that's what makes him one of the best around.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Because if you look at the ones he manages everywhere he goes, they're champions. They're locker room leaders. He only messes with the best. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm honored to be one of the ones that he wanted to be with.
And for people who are unaware, he doesn't manage them once they're champions. He manages them on their rise to be champions. So he's not just riding coattails. He's not showing up at the end for picture day. He's a lot of times the reason why there is a picture day.
That's right. He's developing these champions.
Yep, absolutely. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the program is going to have quite the night on Friday night. You're gonna see some people Friday and Saturday that are going to look pretty familiar. But tell everybody a little bit about the program and what you guys are going to do Friday night.
The program 2.0 down in Royston, Georgia at SCA. The coach, Matt Hankins, me, myself, Scott Mason, RC Daniels, and Ashton Martin. We are the program. We've went in with Avery Styles the past couple of weeks. Um, he's got some backup now with the Good Brothers, the Bullet Club, Karl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and now CJ Gallows and Avery. So we're going to have them in the big 8-man Friday night in Royston. I guarantee you people, y'all want to be there for this one. You think the single matches with Avery was good? This has nothing. He wants to get his big boys to stick their nose in the program's business. Well, me, Scott Mason, RC Daniels, Ashton Martin, and the coach, Matt Hankins, have a little bit of something waiting on the Good Brothers. It won't be a good night for the Good Brothers, but it's all part of the program.
You got to trust the program.
That's right. Trust the program. Just
Trust the
trust it.
program. Because I mean, some people. I mean, depending on where you go, some people have seen the young upstart that is Aston Martin or RC Daniels, as they've been tearing up the scene. Anytime you have a faction that has the Daddy Saurus of Mason in it, I mean, you absolutely have to be rooting for it. We'll get into what his Saturday is going to look like because it's going to be brutal. But
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that's quite a group there, and Hankins is underrated too. That a lot of times people don't realize what he brings to the table, but he very much will go that extra mile too.
Oh, most definitely. When you got Matt Hankins at ringside, you never know what's going to be said, what's going to happen. And if you're an opponent of Matt Hankins, is they approved or the program or anyone that Matt Hankins is at ringside with, it's a rough night because I can promise you there's no telling what's going to come out of his mouth and what might come out of his pockets when you're at ringside.
That's for sure. That's for sure. There is
Especially
quite
when
the
he's
track record.
blowing that whistle in your ear right there.
Yeah, because RC has adopted that as well, and I was unfamiliar. That was a tactic he liked to use, and I had flashbacks to the Bill Alfonso days. So yeah, that whistle I could still hear.
Yes, my ears are still ringing, but every time we blow those whistles, it's a good sound to me.
Yep. Absolutely. And of course, we're talking to not only the pride of Royston, Georgia, but he is Royston, Georgia's favorite son, Jacob Ashworth. Uh, Speaking of the Sons of the Wild Side, and like I said, you are going to get more than a double dose of the Good Brothers as on Saturday night at Premier All Star Wrestling at Gold Dust Park for once. This new venue. It's got AC. It's bigger. It's in Villarica. Go check it out. It's I think tickets are still available. You really want to check? Like you want to pause this show and go check? They may be sold
Might
out.
have to. Yeah, you
But
definitely need to go check.
yeah. But the Sons of the Wild Side, you and Xander Seabolt are going to get another piece of the Good Brothers, Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows, Doc Gallows, whichever he wants to go with. Um, Up until now, have you crossed paths with either of these guys?
Years and years ago at Rampage Pro Wrestling, I don't know if you and Warner Robins,
Mm-hmm.
I crossed paths with Gallows in the ring, very short time, and that was about it. And I'm very interested in Friday and Saturday of getting in the ring with him again. Like you said, there's going to be AC, but the action's going to be hot, and it's going to be a bad night for the Good Brothers because Sons of the Wild Side and the program back to back. They gonna wish they never stuck their nose in Georgia right now. I promise you.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for those ice packs.
Oh,
If
you
they
got that
can
right.
drag themselves out of there.
Oh, you got that right.
And you
I
always
ain't
have to
backing
watch
down.
out too. Yeah, you have to watch out too because CJ and Avery are, of course, on this as well as they're going to take on RC Daniels and Aston Martin, two of your fellow program mates there. And you always have to watch because it seems like here recently they have backup. They've got that guy lurking around, been kind of hanging around. I get why he's hanging around Avery. That makes sense. I can, you know, I give him props and respect there. But that means a lot to that guy and those two guys too. So you always got to keep your head on a swivel for that Hall of Fame guy.
Yeah, you never know where he's gonna pop up, especially when Avery's there. Um, I hate to say it, I kind of owe him a lick. I don't know if you've seen AJ kind of
Mm-hmm.
knocked me for a loop a couple of weeks ago. Um, let's just say if he sticks his nose in business this weekend, it's going to be the other way around. He may be a Hall of Famer, he may be retired, but when you step through the ropes and you stick your nose in someone else's business, all that retirement goes out the window.
It sure does. It's what I tell so many ringside fans is that when you cross that barrier and when you get in that ring, all bets are off. There's nothing I can do to help you at that point. You have stepped in what you've stepped in.
You got that right. And like I said, I ain't trying to talk big bad, but I'm just saying what happens happens.
Well, you're somebody that can back it up as well. I mean, between the ass to ashes, full Nelson face slam there or the roll of the dice. I mean, you got ways to more than put away your opponent.
And I almost had Avery with that ashes to ashes this a couple of weeks ago. We'll see how it goes. He snuck out of it this time. I don't see how he did, but next time he's not going to be so lucky.
Exactly. I'd rather be good than lucky any day.
Well, you said he's going to be in the same building, be lurking around Saturday night as well. But after the beating we put on him Friday night, I don't think he's going to want to come out there and stick their nose in our match against the Good Brothers. I think that they better just might as well focus on Ashton and RC Daniels. That's the ones they need to focus on Saturday night. Because after Friday night, they're going to be had enough of Jacob Ashworth.
Absolutely. And I want to circle back to what we said before that they're not just hashtags, they're not just nicknames that you have, like cool little things you can put on shirts, even though that is a wicked cool uh, thread there. You're the king of the landmark arena and Mr. Shindig because statistically, this is actual facts. You can look this up. Somebody brought this up to you because you just go out and get the job done. You weren't real concerned with what the scoreboard looked like because you knew you were way ahead. But you have main evented more shindigs and more main events at the Landmark Arena than anybody, correct?
Anybody. Anybody. If you don't believe it, go ask the ones that was there besides me. They'll tell you. That's why I was given the nickname King of the Landmark Arena, Mr. Shindig. I've main evented 8 hardcore hells consecutive. That's 8 years in a row. Don't believe it? Look it up.
Yeah, it's all factual information. It's all there.
I've I not only have I main evented the hardcore hells, I've had more singles main events in the Landmark Arena history of the whole building, and that is including the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Yep, which is it's I don't even want to call it a stat because that seems to take away from it. That is I think that's a phenomenal statement if you want to put it that way, is that you've been there way longer than he was.
That building means a lot to a lot of people in this business, but it
Mhm.
definitely means a lot to me. It's where I cut my teeth. It's where I got my start. I got my start, yes, training in Royston with Jeremy Vane, but that was at the beginning. I got my cut my teeth into wrestling in the Landmark Arena every Tuesday and Thursday night in training. That's where I was born. I started the basics, everything in Royston and Bowman, Georgia, before we was in Royston. But to be a wrestler, that's where I cut my teeth, is in the Landmark Arena, and that'll always be home.
I mean, at this point, they should build you a statue or something, or at least a giant mural on the wall.
That would be awesome. I'd love to see it because I go past that building 2 times a day, every day.
I mean, we need to get with John Johnson and Matt Hankins, and we need to get this in the works. We need to get the Jacob Ashworth King of the Landmark Arena statue out front. That's what we need to do.
I'll be all for that. Let's get the ball rolling on it.
Absolutely. And we're finishing up here with, as we said, Mr. Shindig, King of the Landmark Arena, Jacob Ashworth. Really, I want to leave it where I do a lot of times when I have guests on. Um, what is what is your kind of what is your last message to the fans for Friday and Saturday of your big 8-man tag, and then of course the Premier All Star tag team match you'll have against the Good Brothers?
My message to the fans, if there's any doubters, you must not know my history. You must not know the history of Scott Mason. You must not know the history of Xander Seabolt. We don't back down, especially Jacob Ashworth. I've stood toe to toe with the tallest, the baddest, and the toughest SOBs in Georgia wrestling in the past and in the future. I'm not backing down. The fans want to see it. They want to come watch. They want to talk all the smack on my comments. That's fine. But Friday and Saturday night, it's put up or shut up. And I'm going to beat your favorite wrestlers.
And then I will give you final say on this as well. What is your final message for your opponents, the Good Brothers, on both nights?
The Good Brothers. Well, it's going to be a learning experience, most definitely. You're stepping in the ring with Royston, Georgia's own Jacob Ashworth. You're stepping in the ring with the program and the Sons of the Wildside. Bring your A game. We may not be as famous as y'all. We may not be as big as y'all, but we guaranteed to bring the pain. We guaranteed to bring the business. And when it's all said and done, the program, the Sons of the Wildside, we're just going to beat your favorite wrestlers, and we're going to do it with style, and we're going to do it with class.
He is Mr. Shindig and the King of the Landmark Arena. Strong words from an even stronger person. He is Jacob Ashworth. We appreciate you being on, and we appreciate everybody joining us here on Pro Wrestling Underground for this very special edition. We will see you all down the road. Go watch wrestling. Deuces, gooses.